nulls follow paths with the handles, but this is really interesting to me. Okay,
This is very satisfying.
very satisfying. So we can also, like a little bit of maybe fun thing with this as well is to check our other nulls over here, and maybe we could parent them to maybe parent them to the ball. Actually, let's move the ball down here a little bit, like that, and then parent them to the ball. Those two guys, like that. And now, if I move the ball side to side, it adjusts everything. Right? Now it kind of breaks when I get over here like that. But even taking some of these things, like scoot them over and adjust like this.
You could just parent the x-axis to the ball, and it wouldn't break when it goes up and down.
Now it kind of breaks when I do that, unless I clamp everything, which I could do, right? But just the idea of something like this being possible is entertaining, right? And like we were doing with the force field, we could maybe do don't touch me, and let's make a ball, and we'll make a guy like this. He's going to be green, and believe, so I'll just convert to path here and do interesting. So you see where it created all that stuff?
Because you didn't center it.
Right. Right. So we don't want that.
Because if you have transformations inside of the shape,
So now I can do that, and maybe I'm pretty sure I want to put a point.
I think you can. Yeah.
And here, I want to make those guys, give them some handles. Like that, because we're going to do something silly with it. All right. So now I'll select that, and we'll do like that. Look at there, some more crazy stuff. So instead of doing that,
Well, I think you.
well,
you need to put the
if
anchor
you go
point.
to transform rectangle, open that open
Oh, I thought you had to put the anchor
on
point.
the pipe. It's not to do with the anchor. If you go into pipe and then contents, then transform rectangle, you gotta set that to 0, and that works.
Yeah.
plans
Yeah.
and I got really
Yeah.
frustrated.
Right.
There you go. I just reset it. I reset this anchor point and this anchor point.
Because for some reason it checks like the whole layer
Yeah.
transformations.
It's
and it,
it's because it's a shape layer.
yeah, and it checks that like if you click into the shape layer and then you actually move the points, then it works fine. But if you go and you have like a shape transformation, it doesn't
Yeah.
take that into account.
No, that's good. Try again. No path selected. Of course not.
Alright.
There we go.
Perfect. There you go.
Mejor. Okay. So now I'm going to take this guy, find that path here, and that path. I'm going to parent this path to this path, so I can move one of them, and both of them will move. I'll take my ball over here, and I'll do my trick again with the position like that. So my anchor point there, and we'll go back to my position on this guy. We'll do an expression. And here we go. L equals, we're going to pick with the ball again. L2 comp. L dot anchor point. Right, so that now will follow the ball. Like that. But I don't necessarily want it to follow the ball. I want it to avoid the ball. So I will say P equals that, and I will say X equals P0, Y equals P1, and we'll do, I want to clamp this. So clamp. And I need to put, this is my value, and I need to clamp from, I don't remember if it matters which number goes first. So we'll try 1028.1. So I don't want it to go any further than 0 over here, and I want it to not go any further than 1021 that way. So maybe it matters. Let's see if it goes to 891. Let's see. 891. Y just to get my values back out. And now if I move my ball, pushing on it, and it doesn't go any further than over there to where this guy's original position is. But I want to add a little bit to that. So we'll say here P minus 20. Right, that's good, but I really want him to be like, nope, I don't want that ball touching me. Like that. Don't touch me. All right. So some interesting, fun things we can do with some expressions and some of the paths follow nulls situation. One other maybe fun thing could be, I'm not going to do dynamics, but we can kind of set up a rope in here with some shape layer points. And I'll just do, I want to be able to see a stroke on here. And I'll go like that, bam. Let's do more than that. There, and there. Okay, so I have a rope here, and I'll do the let's see. Instead of that, I want to make sure I have a little bit of bend in the rope. So select our points and see if we can get them to, maybe it's because I don't have the have any curve in it at all that it's having a problem thinking that it should have curve. So I'll just pull out some bezier handles. That, and then we can go nulls from paths. But I didn't select path. There we go. And I don't think I want to see the bezier handles, so I'll just do the standard After Effects. Then I've got these guys like this lined up, and so I'm gonna pick whip to here, pick whip. Sorry, let's get our rope back. Pick whip. Man, I think my mouse is doing double clicks when it should not be. Alright, so now if I do a rotation here, oh, that's kind of very exciting. Unexpected results.
This is how you do a crooked rope.
And now, because I have my expression on there, it's not going to do the thing correctly. All right, so let's go back and adjust our rotation again and see. All right, that's a little better because I turned off my bezier handles.
I think it's because that null thing doesn't rotate the curve handles.
Right, the handles are going straight up and down all the time, right?
You could do a time displacement over it, maybe.
Maybe.
I was thinking,
Circle it back.
if you have a straight line and you just move it up and down and then do like a gradient time displacement, I think it should do like a rope, like a wave thing.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We'll finish this little piece up, and then we'll do that. So if I just, I'll say that I want all of these guys to follow this rotation here.
You could probably add a smooth edges or smooth corners or whatever it's called.
Oh, maybe so. That's a good idea.
I might take that to corners.
So I'm going to copy, right click the rotation here, copy expressions, and then paste to all that. And then I can set this guy down to 0 and go back to motionscript.com. Copy. Paste. it's gonna be like 1, and decay 1 maybe. Like that. And let's see. Go here to the rope, and we'll add
Round corner.
round corners. Like that.
Cool.
And then we can even go like that.
Thanks.
DJ Rocco.
Like this. I'll put a little bit of, I mean, come on, we gotta go like there. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Then just parent this to that guy.
It's good,
Animate logo. Yeah.
right? There you go. Post that on Instagram right now.
That's gonna get a lot of.
All right. Okay. So we're going to do a time displacement, right? We're going to take it back and do.
It's just a theory. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's do it. Theory of time displacement. This is very different than whatever showed up in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Okay, but we're going to take a shape layer here, just make it nice and fat, and we'll get some rounded corners on my stroke. Come on, oh there it is, round cap. Here. And we will just, no, I think I need to move it inside the shape layer.
Otherwise, the effects of
Right. So we'll move it here. And we will move it up here like this. And down. And back up. And even do easy ease on it. Okay. So now we can create a new shape layer. I'll hit Option to pull up my gradient here. And just double click will give me a shape layer that is the full width and height of my comp. This is displacement, gradient, this is line. Alright, so I'll take my opacity all the way down and I'll add time displacement and use my gradient down there. Alright, so we'll do 200. There you go. So if we maybe project out a little bit, or do we need to move our keyframes?
kind of reminds me of like an oscillator, like a heart rate
Mm-hmm.
monitor or something like that.
Yeah. speaking of, let's see what happens when we do with hard edges. Okay, so now we'll go there, and what would it be? Let's go down. Down or up?
I was just gonna ask you that. I'm doing that, yeah.
So,
It's flatline.
it's like my career. JK, it's not bad. So there's a little bit of that, and then we could maybe even just look and see what happens if we put loop out on here. So that'll continue by default. It looks at the keyframes and continues the animation forward, going in a looping pattern. Right?
Battle ropes. Yep.
Work out them shoulders.
They're fun.
Make you feel good.
Absolutely. My body was yesterday, so I'm still hurt.
Hey, don't skip leg day, man.
Oh no, like that was today. My legs Trader destroyed my legs today. Pretty much crawling in that car.
Okay, so let's see what happens when we do like this.
Like an 8-bit game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Just gotta move the round caps.
Yeah.
Go here and
I was wondering, have you ever seen the videos where someone's like dancing and like their legs are like moving first and the rest is like kind of following it?
that's what this
That's
is.
what-
Yeah.
yeah. And I always wondered how they did it, but I don't know.
That's what this is. All right, so there you go. Any questions? Any thoughts? Any like, hey, it'd kind of be cool if we did this thing.
I'm always fascinated what After Effects has that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Even like the clamp expression, I figured it existed, but I always just did if larger than,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is the same thing, but it's already built in, so why do that?
Sometimes I use linear for my clamp.
That's like easy between two, or at least literally switching between two.
Values, two values. It's a range mapper. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's also the ease one that does the same thing, but with an ease, right?
Mm-hmm.
With certain things, like say for instance, like I had asked you about this like a while back. With like,
I'm so sorry.
no, that's fine. So say for instance, like with we'll take a logo that's already made and everything. If you import it into After Effects, in order to be able to say build lines and even animate it in any slight form, is it supposed to be a specific file, or is it something you can do with like say a JPEG, or does it need to be like say a PNG or something like that?
It really depends on what you want to do. If you want it to be able to extrude it and make it 3D and do bevels and all that stuff to it, it needs to be an Illustrator,
Okay,
like a vector format.
gotcha.
If it's just a logo and you want to put it on something, or you want to spin it around, or
Right.
something like that, you can use. Unless you absolutely need an alpha channel, you can bring in whatever it is and cut it out inside After Effects. Or if it's in Photoshop, you already have an alpha channel, go ahead and send it out as a PNG or a Photoshop file, and they'll come in with the alpha, and you don't have to mess with it.
Okay,
If
so
you
I
want
think,
to, if you want to do like a really complex stuff, normally you have to rebuild it all in After Effects though.
okay,
Like some, like because what you can do is you can if it's an Illustrator file or vector file, you can like right click on it and turn it into a shape layer,
Okay,
and then you can do all this stuff with it.
gotcha.
But even sometimes then, like let's say you have a logo with like a box around it that's just a line. If they already turned it into outlines to where you don't actually have like does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah. I think I kind of.
So where it's a solid instead of a stroke,
Mhm.
because they just turned like the inside and the outside into a full shape. Then, for example, it doesn't work anymore. You have to create a new shape.
Gotcha.
So you kind of have to look at each logo and figure out what animation you wanted to do, for example. And sometimes it's as easy as you drop it in and just do right away. And sometimes you have like I worked on logos where I just have to basically trace it and rebuild it. And
Okay.
especially if you want to one like let's say you have a bird logo
Mhm.
and it's all one solid piece and you want the wings to animate, you would have to like rebuild the wing and then animate the wing separately, for example.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it kind of depends on each thing. But,
Okay.
does that make sense?
If you have something in mind and you just want to say, hey, which format do I need this in? And shoot it over and all.
Okay. Yeah, like
That's what I
because
do.
I just got a new logo made, and sometimes they made something for me recently that was already pre-made, but it's not my particular logo. It's just something that was made for me for old video project that was done for me last year.
Yeah.
And I use that every now and then, like when I'm DJing, especially if I'm doing video.
Yeah.
It works perfect as a lower third to promote my Instagram and other stuff that I have. But like if I wanted to create just actually my logo that has like a solid line underneath it, just the word, the name, and it has like another line above it, just to kind of build something, just kind of get creative and have fun with it. That's more of what I was trying to figure out. What would I need to have it as in order to be able to put it into After Effects to be able to animate it and kind of have some fun with it or whatever.
Yeah, probably vector.
Vector file, okay. Okay. Sounds good.
So
If you only have a PNG, sometimes you can get away with like just masking out each section.
Mhm.
Like you just duplicate it and mask out just the bottom line and mask out just letter 1 and just letter 2. And just so you have a separate layer for each one.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then animate those.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's kind of like if you don't have a vector file and you don't want to spend the time to recreate it, that can kind of work as like a workaround.
Okay.
But does that make sense?
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
let's see. I think that's about it for what I had. If anybody else has anything, well, you know what? Just for fun. like all this wasn't fun anyway.
I like how creative you get with your composition names.
That's only for this meeting. Every other time it has to be really strictly, this is what it is. No jokes. No circus. So I'll take here and I'll do maybe text for let's do Dallas like that, and I'm gonna make it 3D and rotate it. Actually, it's always better if I come out here like that. And I'm going to go actually one full rotation. No, I'm going to go 180. Well, 180, just, it's easier to do that. Okay, so now I will take this, and I'm going to get rid of the rotation. So when this guy rotates around like that, I will parent to this. Okay, so all right, so one of them spins around and the other is waiting to be spun around. Okay, and then I can go back to my favorite person here, Dan Hibberts, and he has Expressioneers Design Guide.
Never heard of this website.
You need this website. Layer invisible when facing away from camera. And it's this simple stuff right here. Let's see. If it doesn't work like I want it to, I already have some preset created. Okay. So because of the way he wrote the code, it actually works properly. All right. So now
Cool.
I can drop this text rotation in here. Displaced like that. And a pre-comp here like that. And we'll do time displacement. Gradient. And let's get crazy with that right there. Alright, so that was kind of crazy. We can also do, let's get this guy here. We'll do a gradient maybe like that. And there we go. Array and preview.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Alright.
That's cool.
So let's see. I'll do an easy ease, and I think it needs to go the other direction. So we'll go minus 180 just to make it feel better. That. But I don't like that easy ease on there. And now we will crank up.
That effect kind of gives it an ease.
Resolution. Yeah, it does. Because I think it's because of the gradient, of course, but makes it feel a little more organic. Like that. And then one more thing here, make it faster and put on some motion blur like that. Takes just a minute to calculate that time resolution.
It's a heavier effect than that.
Yeah, because it's looking backward and forward in time.
So it's something
Similar.
similar.
Same with the echo effect and some stuff like that. Don't particularly care for that whip that it does.
I kind of like that whip.
You like the whip?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Rocco likes the whip.
I was gonna say, what if you tried to overshoot it just a little bit?
Let's do it.
Had the
You know where I'm going. Nope. Back here. Now it's an overshoot.
So is he using the like physically correct formulas for that stuff?
Yeah, man, this dude knows what's up as far as math is concerned.
Just looking at that gave me a headache. I was like, oh.
He did it so you didn't have to.
All right, flashbacks. No.
So much math.
there you go, that decay down.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
That was cool.
a little extra bit on the decay. All right. Wow me. Wow me, computer. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're doing it. Rendering the little
It's a
hamster,
half res too.
the little hamsters that run around in there and generate the electricity. I need to give them some cheese or something.
This would stress me out. Just how slow it's going. I'm like, come on. Go. What are we doing here?
This is when I go look at fashion blogs.
That's cool.
Kind of
Nice little
interesting.
wave.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Kind of like a flag.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your super fun bonus.
I have an unrelated question.
Yep.
You seem like you do a lot of like text animation in your work.
Mhm, mhm.
You probably don't do that from scratch. Do you use a plugin for that? Or?
No, I have some very simple, straightforward. Like just about every time I do a text animation, I start with this thing, and then I build off of that.
So you have it somewhere, you just copy and paste it in?
No, it's just in my head. Now I do also have some presets that I built. Looks like maybe they're not in here.
Like animation preset?
Yeah. There they are. There's some of those, and here. So like, so sorry we landed on that yellow with the brown. Let's see. That's way better. Cinema Paradiso. So then I would come over here and I've got characters in and out. Cinematic words in. So maybe if I want to go here and do that.
Well, that's just based on the animator that takes that.
Yeah. That, and then I can go there and do cinematic words out. See if it does an extra animator. There we go. Words in. Words out. And then I've got zoom through. So it pops in. I mean, it of course looks better with a camera and the camera in the right spot. It's going flying by the camera and all that. But so I've created a bunch of stuff like that. But those are lately when I'm animating my text, I just start with a certain formula. And if it's interesting to you guys, when you come next time, we'll just look at text animators and you can see some of the things that I do to get started and some fun things you can do with text animators.
That's like with all my projects, I feel like that's been the biggest part of what I do is like animate text.
Well, and there
That's the most interesting.
are a lot of settings. So if you look at your text animator, even just put position on there and you twirl this down, there are a lot of things here, a lot of pieces that can be animated, a lot of things that are not exactly self-explanatory, like square and smooth. And so what does all this mean? How do I get these letters to do the thing that I want them to do? I've been messing with them enough to kind of be able to navigate, I guess, comfortably through. So if it's interesting to you guys, I'd love to do that. And then we can make 3D letters fly in and out, stuff like that. So that's also fun. text animators next time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But you got to come back, man.
I'll be here.
A year and a half later.
Yeah.
All right.
Any work I get now will be I'll work around my schedule coming up here. So
Sweet.
It works out perfect.
There was one thing. Oh, I was going to do not spin this around, but move it up and down and see what that did.
So do you use this stuff for like your stage background?
Well, I wanted to when I'm doing videos, when I'm playing the music videos, I wanted to definitely get a little bit more creative aside of just playing the videos and just dumping in, a couple animated lower thirds here and there. I wanted to do a lot more. There was more that I wanted to do with what is it? Is it Resolve?
Oh, yeah. Resolume?
Yeah. And just kind of go that way, but I don't have the money to buy it because it's not.
What is it?
It's basically, if you go to concerts and stuff like that, all the additional stuff that you see on screens and everything like that, you can do so much more when it comes to visual shows on your computer. You would have to have a second computer to be
Is
able
it
to.
like live?
It's basically, yeah.
It's live animation.
Yeah.
VJ type thing.
Compositing and overlay modes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Effects.
you have another computer, hook everything in, and then you'd be able to just add so many more visuals on top of like whatever videos you're playing, or if you don't have a video for a particular song, you can easily create something or just throw type something up and it'll pop up
Abstract
and shit.
shapes.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that called Resolume?
It's Resolve. What was it? I
It's not
forget.
Da Vinci, is it?
Yeah. No.
That's not the
No. No.
Da Vinci is like editing.
I don't know.
No, it's not Da Vinci.
Okay.
Oh my god. I can't remember off
Should
the
be
top of my head.
Resolume.
I want to say something like that. I forget what it was called. I haven't looked at it in years.
Resolume Arena.
Yes, there it is. That's what it is. Resolute.
I was wondering how
The
they.
Resolume
I
is what it is.
never
It's
heard
got
actually
yeah,
pronounced,
yeah. But yeah,
I was wondering how they did, like what software they used. For
yeah.
this.
That's going a whole nother route. And then just what I wanted to do when I was doing editing, video editing for a radio station I worked at was trying to do like the animation for the station logos. And that's where my interest for this and then going to film school at the same time started. Like, okay, I need to figure this out. It's driving me crazy. What do I need? And just my computer started taking a shit on me, and I never got around to working with anything.
Gotcha.
So now that I have a newer computer and back to it, I'm just like, okay, let's get back into that road.
Yeah.
So you could build assets with like alpha and stuff and then blend it together
Gotcha.
and just cue them live.
So a lot of times they start with footage already, but then they like blend it.
I'm
and things like that.
thinking that's
Yeah.
And you need to know about BeepleCrap. I think it is beeplecrap.com. We'll see.
Is there resources on there too?
Yeah, anything he does, he releases free.
Oh yeah.
People dash crap.
He's one of the most interesting people.
So he creates the craziest cool
Yeah.
stuff, including
Oh wow.
VJ loops.
And these are
These are all
The VJ loops, like that kind of stuff that you'll use.
Yep.
in concerts.
basically. Oh, yeah.
You playing
free
this?
for any
Yeah.
use.
The cool thing
What is this?
The cool thing is
People
you can treat it
dash
almost
crap.
like a lighting setup where with a controller you can
And these things are
control
awesome.
your
Right here.
visuals at the same
What,
time.
the VJ leads?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
With
there
the
it is.
Sony.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
It's browns, but
I'll check that out.
Have
This
you
stuff
played
right
it
here,
out?
man. That's where it's at.
I looked at it a long time ago, maybe like
What are the
10 years ago. I
are
was
they?
interested
What are
in
the
it.
files set as? You know?
I'm
It's
familiar
just
with what
QuickTime.
it does.
Okay.
It's probably H.264.
A lot of them use
That'll be perfect.
GPU,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
3D
Especially
stuff that-
More
that
so
builds
for
into it,
hip hop.
so
For
they-
hip hop
yeah,
videos,
it's
you're able to
straight
find like live performances, especially like
change colors on
if they're on Jimmy Kimmel or if they're on Fallon or whatever. You're able to pull some of that and then just crop and blur out the logo down below. Just kind of make it look a little bit more, and then just kind of replace the audio. do the warping and everything like that when you go to edit it, and just boom, you have a video. But when it comes to like dance songs and remixes that there's no videos for, like crazy visuals like that will always come in handy.
Yeah. That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
That's
Because I know you can already do that with like you can do that in After Effects, I think.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
So before you go,
using audio, stripping down
I,
audio to like certain frequency ranges and using that to animate like parameters.
I put adjusted the anchor point to make this kind of like a flag, and I've got a let's see, maybe do a 25 pixel rotation on this. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. Sorry, and then if we go over here to back to the text rotation. With the time displacement, actually I don't need it to be 300. Let's just do that. So if we can get this thing to work.
People is all similar for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So it's taking this back and forth, the sine wave motion, and using the time displacement of the gradient and causing it to look a little more organic. So the text doesn't look like it's flat text, just moving back and forth. The gradient is given it a little more warp, so it looks a little more like a organic flag.
You can like cheat way more complex 3D.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, in certain scenarios. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can't really say much about that.
All right. So please head over to the After Effects user group here, facebook.com/groups/DallasAEUG. Get involved. You feel free to post. We're working on stuff. You can put stuff out there. People will comment. People are usually pretty nice.
I sent a request to Tony, but I haven't got.
You did send a request
Yeah.
already? Okay. When did you send it?
I just pressed join on like where it says joined.
Like today?
Or not today, but a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago? Okay. Well, guess what? I'll sign you up. I'm very sorry. Well, I'm not going to do it right now because I can't figure out where to go because I'm live. I'm in front of everybody. I'm going to stand up and run around in a circle. But this is where we go. This is where we hang out, get to know each other, and do stuff. And this is where Morris lets me know that he's at the building. But I try and post. I try and post tutorials and inspiration and fun stuff periodically. Cinema 4D, After Effects, design, cool like places to download textures or CG stuff, 3D stuff. So I'm so glad you guys are here, and
Glad to be back.
good to see most of you again. Some of you, yeah, all of you. Good to see all of you. And I hope to see you again in February.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks, Trent.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, sir.
Good